There are tools on this platform to help you with data management, like exporting data, understanding the storage usage, transfer ownership of records, and transfer of approval requests, or even mass deletion of records. Exporting data. Every organization would like to periodically back up their data. You can use the Export wizard from the Setup menu, Data Management, Data Export. You can initiate the data export by clicking on Export. Here, you can select the objects you like to export. And you can also choose to include attachments as well. And start the operation. This process might take a while. You'll be notified by an email once the export is complete. You'll see a compressed zip folder that can be downloaded. You can also schedule an export that can periodically run by itself. You can set the frequency, like the first of every month, or the first Monday of every month, a start date, and an end date, and also a preferred time for the export. You can select the objects you like to export. And save. The system would export the data which would be ready for download on the first of every month. To get an overview of the entire organization's storage usage, you can click on this link. It'll show you the data storage and file storage limits of your org. You can also get an overview of the objects that are using the most amount of space, and also the list of users that are using the highest amount of space. Transfer of ownership. Sometimes you would want to transfer ownership of records from one user to another. For example, when a sales rep is leaving the company, then all the leads that are owned by that sales rep need to be transferred to someone else. In scenarios like those, mass transfer of records can come in handy. For example, I need to transfer all the leads that are owned by me to another user. I can easily do this by using mass transfer records. Let me select Transfer Leads. I can quickly pull out all the leads that are owned by me and the ones that are not yet converted into accounts. I can select the records and then transfer them to another user. Administration activities like these are done by users with an administrator profile. A normal user would not get access to these tools from the Setup menu. Mass transfer of approval requests. In the past, you have learned how to configure an approval process. Sometimes you might have scenarios where you need to transfer the pending approval requests. For example, when a manager is leaving the company, then all the approval requests that are pending with that person need to be transferred to another user. You can use this tool, Mass Transfer of Approval Requests. Here, we can apply filters to pull out all the pending approval requests and transfer them to another user. Mass deletion of records. Sometimes you might have scenarios where you need to delete few hundreds of records or even more from an object, which might be cumbersome. Salesforce lets you mass delete records from a couple of standard objects that are shown here. For example, if you need to delete a whole bunch of records in the leads object, then you can click on Mass Delete Leads, apply filters for the criteria you're interested in, select the records, and delete them. This will push all the records into the recycle bin. However, if you would like to permanently delete these records, you can select this checkbox. Mass deletion of records will let you work on limited number of standard objects. However, we can use a tool called Data Loader to delete records from any object. I'll talk about the Data Loader tool in the next lecture.